Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DJ Wacky, and yeah, I'm back with another Apex Legends topic video for you guys over here. Now, I'll be honest, guys, to be fair, you know, I didn't thought these videos would do well with my ideas behind some of the characters that we can look at buffing up on the game, but you guys well received the video on Rampart and even Mirage, and some of you guys commented saying that I should do more buff ideas videos, so why not? I thought I'll explore into one of my favorite red legends over here, Revenant, and see what we can look at into upgrading him, because currently he's coming even a bit more below towards the bottom tier list these days. Even though he had quite a nice little buff up in mid-season, around season 6, he kind of got up to, like you say, a A level or B level legend to run, especially on third party situations. But I think Revenant's not really been looked into much as of recent seasons. So before I get this video started, I get the ideas and inspiration. Firstly, some of the ideas is just myself, my thoughts, and looking into blending a couple of ideas that I've researched over on the Reddit forums with the Apex community. So it's a bit of a unique combination. I've kind of blended in some of the ideas that I do get. Some are great, some are good, some are downright just absolutely silly. But either way, guys, some of these things do give me inspiration for me to kind of work with as well. So before we get everything started, please don't forget to hit the like button, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you are new over here, because I do a lot more Apex content. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and see which ideas we've got for Revenant. Right, guys, so firstly, as always, we're going to look at his passive ability, and currently Revenant can climb higher than any other legend. Whilst this was great in Season 4, as time moves on, we've got more high rises building. If you look at Olympus, it's just full of high rises, and to be fair, even with the updates to King's Canyon, again, in that area of the map, there's a lot of areas that you can climb up to get a vantage point, and I feel like Revenant basically can't keep up with what is originally expected for him to be able to get around obstacles a lot more quicker and get you positioned up in a better area. Legends like Horizon's definitely taken over that sort of role. Now, when I'm looking to ideas behind this, to be fair, people on Reddit have been saying that he should be able to climb endlessly. Now, I feel like that's a bit of a silly idea. So my idea is over here. Let's get him definitely climbing at a further higher rate than what he's currently set out. Maybe about a good 20 to 25% increase. But in addition to that, let's make Revenant climb a lot more faster as well. It doesn't feel like right that you can climb normal speed, especially if you look at the lore of the character's history. He seems to be able to scaffold buildings quite easily. He was able to do that onto the game, transparent it through. It's a very simple but a good buff as well. Get him climbing forth faster and higher. Therefore, when it does come into that gameplay where you do need to creep up and get a vantage point or even sneak up behind an enemy, Revenant's got that skill set to back it up. So this is my first idea for the passive one. We'll move on to the tactical. Right, guys, so the two tactical abilities that I have for Revenant is basically, we're going to look into his two silent shadow balls, basically. I don't know what you can call them, but his tacticals obviously got them silent balls that he fires out. Now, it does kind of, obviously, we know that it shuts down its enemy's abilities, but that only includes the tactical and the main ultimate ability. It doesn't actually stop any of the passive abilities. So quite simply, easy buff as well. Let the tactical nades actually shut down enemies' passive ability alongside all the other abilities. Now, this is going to be a very situational scenario sort of area where it comes into advantage, but let's give this a bit of a scenario settings for you guys over here. Your enemy team's got a core stake with all his barrels set up. It's camped up in an area. Looks like he's got that spot in control. Along you come with Revenant, throw in a couple of them tactical grenades into there. Pop open the barrels instantly, and then you just make that area dangerous for Caustic as well, because it now impacts Caustic, as he's no longer protected with his passive abilities to have immunity with his own gas. So you basically make that area into his own death cage. He's literally set up that little camp spot on it to be pretty much mutilated inside with it, and I think that really does suit Revenant's overall persona as well. For something like that to be quite evil way of taking out somebody, but again, I feel like it's a nice little buff that can easily be implemented on the game. It's not too OP, but it definitely can be useful in situational effect. Next, guys, we got with this tactical is basically it's a bit of a unique idea I've created, and I call this a super silence ball, a super silence grenade, basically. At the moment, right, Revenant's got 2 tactical grenades that you can obviously launch out, and that actually disables the enemy abilities for 10 seconds. And if you did hit them with it, it does about 6 to 10 damage, I believe. Rather than use 2 tactical grenades at the same at different times. Let's say you can charge it up by holding down the grenade button, by holding down the tactical button for a longer period of time. This then makes it into a super ball. Now the super ball is larger than the original silence grenades that you can get hold of, and what it does, it covers up a larger area, but it does 20 damage and disables the enemy's abilities for 20 seconds as well, so it kind of doubles it up. It's more based around the situational area, so you kind of want to be using them multiple silence grenades when especially in a third party situation. If there's 2 teams, you kind of throw one at different teams, so therefore you're blocking 2 teams up. But if you're in a one-on-one situation with an enemy opponent, if you charge up your tactical, inflicted that 20 damage, you know he's disabled for 20 seconds as well. It stops him escaping, stops him having his ability to use it against you. I feel like, again, depending on the scenario and the situation, it can be useful. It's a simple buff. I don't know how hard it will be for Respawn to call that, but I reckon it is one of those abilities that you can use more into the gameplay, and especially if you're a Revenant main, you kind of master it a bit more, especially if you are using Revenant often in the gameplay. So it's one of those things that rewards people that are using Revenant for a longer period of time, because then you know how to judge the situation and also go in for the advantage kill. But yeah, let me know what you think of this, guys, because this idea, I've not seen anyone explore it. I've seen people saying that the grenade should do more damage, the tactical silencer, but this little mix-up, I think, like, doesn't make the ability too OP, but also kind of creates a new little gameplay with it as well. Alright, guys, finally, we're going to move on to, obviously, his ultimate ability, the Death Totem. Now, I feel like this one is definitely in need of a workup. Obviously, Respawn has changed it up since his original launch, and I do like the ability where he only comes back with half damage health. But what I feel like what we could do is kind of work a bit more to what it does offer. So, firstly, when you do enter the shadow mode, why are we not using that name into ability? When you're a shadow, in my eyes, it means you are silent, you're stealthy, you're obviously there behind closed doors. So very simple buff. Once again, when you and your allies enter into the shadow mode using your totem, you cannot hear the sounds of your footsteps. So that even gives the chance for you to creep up behind enemy even more in a sneaky ways. Right now, Revenant's Death Totem is used perfectly in third party situations to go up, quickly grab up from the same distance to shoot up your enemies. So if you had the idea where it even stops your enemy team hearing that you're coming along to obviously third party them, that is going to be even more deadly as well. You're basically going to come out of nowhere. It goes with the name as well, and I think it just makes it Revenant's ultimate that much more useful to have. Of course, we've seen the effects of what Mirage has recently got with his update, where he does now have footsteps with his decoys, and how that can lead up to a bit more bamboozling. When it comes to having silent footsteps as well, a lot of people do depend on audio, especially on pro gamemanship. They do depend on audio for reliability of knowing where the enemies are come from. Having no idea where you're getting third party from is a dangerous situation that can be caused, and I think Death Totem should be the ideal ultimate that can allow you to do that. Now, I do think the enemy's team shouldn't have that ability. It's only for you and your allies. That way it doesn't feel too broken when it is used eventually against you. And finally, guys, again, working with the ultimate ability, another thing I thought of is when Revenant enters into the shadow mode, let's increase his speed by at least 20%. If you combine that with the silenced footsteps that he does have, look how deadly that will become as well. Literally, he's running faster, he's able to catch up a lot more quicker, and you can't hear where he's coming from. I feel like in order to avoid this ability being too OP, you should probably look at Revenant's... for Revenant to exclusively has this ability on his own rather than your allies to get it, but it's just literally your Death Totem. It gives you the chance to speed up and actually chase down an enemy a lot more quicker. This will be more useful if you're in a solo situation. or if you're in a duos as well, where there's less people that you depend on the overall team gameplay, but it makes Revenant that much more useful as a single ledger to stand along on its own two grounds. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's the 5 ideas that I've got with Revenant. So hopefully you did like these ideas. Like I mentioned, I did get a bit of inspiration from Reddit, and some of the thoughts were coming across from the community. Like I mentioned, people, this is kind of something new that I'm trying out over here. So probably I'll look at exploring a bit more different legends in the near future. But let me know if you did enjoy this video, and if you, like I mentioned beforehand, if you did appreciate it, don't forget to hit that like button. Honestly, it helps a small time YouTuber like myself. Comment below, guys, if you've got any more thoughts or suggestions with videos and what I can make. Quickly, I just want to say one thing as well. I am looking at doing Revenant's next Revenant video for my next skin tier list, because I believe Revenant's due a new skin in the next upcoming event. So that means I can at least go through all of Revenant's legendary skins and see what he's got up to from now till season 8. It's been 4 seasons since with Revenant, so we've got a bit of a category to now work with. But either way, guys, I will be back with doing some more videos, and appreciate any ideas you guys got to help me out over here. Yeah, like I mentioned, don't forget to hit all that like, subscribe, do all the fancy stuff. Anyway, guys, it's been your lad DJ Waka. Enjoy the rest of this video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace up.
You are the Apex Champions.